today. So hopefully now we sound like we should. For maybe the first time in, I don't know, 9 months? When was the last time we recorded something that sounded good?
I want to say it was July. Not
summer.
Sure, though.
Since summer is the last time we sounded good together on mic.
Well,
so
wait a minute.
We're there.
Didn't somebody come to my house with... No, I think it was... Who was giving out candy?
Yeah, there was a neighbor that was that really where that last time we sounded good?
I think that was one of the last times we recorded together. But what were they giving out candy for? That I don't remember. Was it Christmas?
Was it Christmas?
No, because I moved in September.
Right. No, yeah, it wasn't Christmas.
Was it a weird way to celebrate Labor Day? No, because I was here then.
Putting children to work making candy? That might have been it. Anyway, here we are. We're back to it.
Welcome to Bitter Coffee. My name is Kelly Coffee.
Intro somewhere. I'm Darek Fanton. We are, and together we are discombobulated.
Yep.
That is really what this show should have been called from the beginning.
But here's the thing. We sound better.
We do. Well, again, I make no promises.
Yeah.
I thought we sounded good last time, and boy, was I wrong. Mm-hmm. The amount of shade that I received for the first episode when you sounded like crap, nobody had anything to say about that. Everybody was very cordial, very understanding and accepting. But then when I made all kinds of promises on the next episode about us sounding good, and I sounded like shit, I got to tell you, the people came out of the woodwork. The trolls were a-trolling, and I get it. I would have been the same way. I would have done the same thing. But here we are, hopefully both sounding good. We did a live event at work last week, and we had last moment audio issues.
Oh my God.
We were trying to avoid an issue by changing the battery in the microphone, and then we couldn't get the microphone to turn back on after we changed the battery.
Perfect.
We're like, well, we don't want the battery to die, because then the mic might turn off, and boy, wouldn't that be terrible. And then 2 minutes before the event, the mic wouldn't turn back on.
See, this is what I would do.
So,
I would be like, you know what? Let's just call it. Everybody just take the day.
Burn it all down.
Take the day.
Let's just put up a technical difficulty sign, and we'll just come back to it.
Yep.
Okay.
Out of order.
It was there were some tenuous moments there, but we got there. So I hope that we're in a place now where we sound good. We both have mic mounts now.
We do,
which I think is exciting.
Mm-hmm. What a time to be alive.
We have a yin-yang situation happening because your mic is faced up and my mic is faced down.
It's the yin and yang that is our friendship. Right?
It's true. Mm-hmm. It's so true. Mm-hmm. So the balance in all things is what we are all about, Kelly.
Yeah. Let me see. There's a couple things I want to talk about. And I think right off the bat, and I don't know where this came from, but it seems to be, I'm not going to say negatively impacting my relationship, but I think it's negatively impacting my relationship for some reason. And Michelle and I are blaming one another for this. We cannot stop singing the Austin Powers theme.
Bah, 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 bah,
yeah.
Of the things, though, where's the negative? Where's the downside to that?
I'm not a huge Austin
fantastic.
Powers fan.
Okay, all right, well.
So, and neither is my wife. It's probably why I married her. It's one of the top 46
It was on
reasons.
the checklist.
It was right at the top. No, so I don't know who started singing it first. I'm going to blame her just because that's what I do.
Sure.
And she's blaming me because that's what she does. So it's so bad now that if I'm, like, say I'm walking up the stairs, I'm just like, and Michelle's like, fuck off! Because then she starts singing it.
Yes, because then it's in her head. Right. You've done that to her. You've done her dirty there.
So that, and do you know the Sky Rizzy commercials? Nothing is
broadly,
everything. Okay.
Yeah, nothing is everything. Yeah.
I like to sing those in different genres to Michelle. That's testing the strength of my marriage.
Can you give me an example?
No. No, can't do that.
I'm here for explanations, not examples.
Right. Just I think people in this one just have to do their own homework.
Okay, I mean, listen, I've been waking up since the Super Bowl with "Bitch Better Have My Money" in my head.
Okay, we're gonna get into the Super Bowl. We're gonna get into it
every day. Yes, we will talk Super Bowls soon. Okay, great, got it.
Okay, I'm just gonna get right into it right now. I love the Rhianna performance.
I did as well. We seem to be in the minority, although the loudness of the internet makes me believe that you're gonna get the haters are louder, and so that's probably what's happening. I thought it was fantastic.
I thought
it was exactly what it should have been. I think it's incredibly difficult as someone who has 474,000 hits to figure out what 8 songs you're going to play and sing.
Right.
I think, the thing that I saw that really
I think you and I have been in a very, very similar situation. Right?
I mean, trying to put a set list together of our own greatest hits.
Ooh,
who could do such a thing?
My goodness.
We're not some sort of master producers over here. Yeah, I just thought, the NFL needed Rhianna more than Rhianna needed the NFL. And I think she did exactly what she needed to do. I got to say, the memes have been spectacular coming out of the Super Bowl.
I don't disagree.
So many Oompa Loompa things, so many Super Smash Brothers references about her stages. Just a lot of great jokes about fertility coming out of that Super Bowl performance.
Right.
It's just nothing but wins. What were your favorite parts?
I was really okay. So the Super Bowl usually has a halftime show where there's always some element of surprise, right?
Of course, yes.
It's like something. Aerosmith jumping out of a plane, landing on Bono. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then Christ rises from the dead again, and then does
the Undertaker jumps off the top of the cage.
Yeah,
yes. All of these things happen. Yes.
There's so much going on. So Michelle had fallen asleep, I'd say maybe 5 minutes before the halftime show started.
Football, side note, football is a fucking long-ass game.
Yeah.
Holy hell.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I don't watch football except for the Super Bowl, and I had forgotten how long that game takes.
Yeah.
Good God.
It's hours. It's a real commitment.
So Michelle dozed off, even though she only cared about the halftime, probably.
Right? Yeah, she was totally there for it. And my thing is, my first few minutes of sleep, I don't if that's where I am. Don't disturb me. If I'm a half an hour in, okay, yes, wake me up.
But let Sleeping Kelly's lie initially.
And I thought similarly. And so it was just me and the dogs watching it. Poppy was super into it.
Yep.
And Maisel and Butchie, I think it was their first Super Bowl that they were old enough to stay up and watch.
Right. Be cognizant of the game.
Yeah.
Have a rooting interest. Sure.
I thought it was wonderful. And here's the thing. I'm not a big hang on. I'm going to stop myself. Prior to the Super Bowl, I was not a big Rhianna fan.
Ooh.
Now,
Winning hearts.
I totally
Rhianna
am.
Is. Yeah. Nice.
I'm not going to buy your music or anything.
Oh, sure. No. Let's not get crazy.
No.
Yeah.
But I was entertained.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. I was mesmerized. There we go. Can't even talk anymore because of Rhianna.
She does that to people.
She does. I was totally mesmerized by how the dancers, they seemed like they were all exactly the same height and weight.
Yes, there were really specific dancer casting calls. Many of the members of that dancing troupe were from the royal family, a dance squad I follow on YouTube.
Really?
They're from New Zealand.
Did you just make that up?
No. That's all true.
Really?
That performance was choreographed by Paris Gobel, who's a famous choreographer out of New Zealand, I believe. And she owns a dance studio called the Royal Family. And that's who those dancers were.
I'm really impressed. I had no idea. And then
this is why I can't learn new things, right? Because I have this knowledge that I don't need.
And then there's me. I texted you. It was wow, Springsteen's doing the sign language interpretation. I'm the idiot.
Yeah, I was just excited that you were watching and that you were willing to reach out to me to be like, dude, is that Bruce Springsteen in a leather vest doing the signing?
I think his music career is really he's peaked, and I think he still has to earn a living.
Once you're the boss, you're always the boss. But sometimes you gotta, maybe you gotta diversify your talents.
Yeah.
And he's getting really into signing
seamlessly.
That guy was really good. There's been a lot of talk about the signing interpretations of this event. I don't know if you've seen any of the TikToks or the Reels.
I've seen nothing.
The woman who did the TikTok interpretation of Rihanna's performance.
Oh.
The entire thing.
That I did see.
It is incredible. You got to look that up. I mean, she is amazing. And now she's been like on every talk show since, like talking about how she got, so good at doing the interpretations and how she practiced and she was really excited about it. It was fantastic. So every element of this performance was carefully calculated and considered and seems like it went great. Except that the internet's like, I don't know, she didn't shoot herself out of a cannon. I don't know what people want from Rihanna. Like, have you ever seen her perform? Like, she's not Lady Gaga. Like, she's not.
Thank Christ for that.
She's gonna go out. She's gonna dance. She's gonna do the hits. She's gonna serve looks. She's gonna put on a little powder mid performance because she owns a cosmetics brand.
Yep.
And good for her.
Yep.
And she has every right.
Good eye, Fenton. Good eye.
Yeah. Hannah caught that right away. Hannah was very in tune to be like, oh, did you see the little Fenty ad there? That was really
that
cool.
tracks.
Like, that was
totally
good. That was good
tracks.
for her. I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool and weird, and there's been like all kinds of controversy over one of the dancers wasn't doing the right choreography during part of it up on one of the floating stages. Yeah, they're apparently doing some TikTok dances up on one of the floating stages during
I've got some
part
research
of the
to do today. Holy cow.
I mean, again, as someone who doesn't watch a whole lot of football, like the post-game coverage of the game has not really been in my purview, but the post-game coverage of the halftime show, very much right in my wheelhouse. And so I've caught up on a lot of that stuff. Also, the commercials were a big part of obviously why I was there as a marketing professional. So.
Yeah.
Did you see?
Do we need to bring back Ben Stiller? I don't think we need to bring him back, right? Can we stop?
Yeah, didn't feel necessary to me.
No.
I'll take Steve Martin anytime you want to give him to me, but Ben Stiller, not exactly. Did you see what I assume is your all-time favorite commercial now of the couple dancing to the hold music that you love so much?
Oh.
There's an entire
Opus 1? They were dancing to Opus
Light
1?
commercial.
God,
there is a Bud Light commercial of Miles Teller, who starred as Goose's son in the most recent Maverick movie.
Oh,
and I believe
in the Top Gun series.
I believe his real life wife and his real life dog. I'm assuming they're not real life apartment because they probably own a bigger place. But she's on hold, and he starts like dancing and bringing her a beer to the tune, and she's just like giving him side eye, and then she gets up and starts dancing too, and then like somebody comes on for a second, and they're like, "Sorry, are you still there? Are you still holding?" And they're like, "Yeah." And they're like, okay, just one more minute. And they put him back on hold, and they go back to dancing. And it really resonated with me. It was pretty late, so I didn't text you, but
I went to sleep right after Rhianna. I had maybe like 20 minutes left to me, and I was like, all right,
for anyone who's not aware, Kelly has sent me various clips of her on hold to that hold music.
Probably too many to count at this point.
I believe we played it on the podcast in an early episode as well. It's a bop.
Do we want to find it now?
It slaps,
I can find it now.
As the kids say. I'm sure you can. The fact that you don't have it just like on, like it's not your ringtone is a bit surprising.
I know. Well, it's an obvious flaw in my character. So
it's as I termed at work the other day, it's a bop slap, because that's how with it I am as an adult right now.
It's called Opus 1.
Yeah, Opus 1.
Oh, here we go. Let's see if we can't play this for folks.
If anybody's not aware, this is the top hold music. And if there's anybody out there who has control over hold music and is not using this hold music, you're doing yourself and your holders a drastic disservice. Those who are holding, it should be said.
Oh boy, now I can't.
Kelly is frantically mashing at her phone to try and get it to play. But hey, Tito, what are you doing, man? So we have a newish addition to our household. Tobias Tito Esposito, our new small dog, who is here with me. So you may hear him jangle, and occasionally in the background. He also may need to go outside. So while you do that, I'm going to let the dog out. Hoo, hoo, hoo. It made a noise. Is it continuing to make a noise? Because I can't hear it.
You can't hear it?
Oh, there it goes.
God damn it, that's good.
So there was an entire commercial of just a couple dancing to this, and man,
you know my favorite
why I can't
part,
hear it,
right?
Kelly?
You know my favorite part.
Because you're playing it into the back of your microphone, Kelly. That's why I can't hear it. Nope, you got to bring it around to the front. There you go. Did we learn this lesson?
Yeah, I think we did. God damn it. All right. So yeah,
it's a bop.
It totally is.
It's a bop slap. It's real good. It's real good. And so I was so excited to see that. I knew you'd be thrilled. But there were a bunch of other decent commercials. There was a Sarah McLachlan commercial where she took hold of the meme about Arms of an Angel, where she was it was like a Bud Light commercial, and they were like, when you're out in the wilderness, you need food, water, and shelter. And then he like opens a tent, and it's Sarah McLachlan sitting next to a wolf, and Arms of an Angel starts playing, and she's like, for only $1 a day, you can house someone camping or something like that. And I was like, good for you for embracing your own meme. I really respect that. Get on board.
I had a question I asked myself the other day. It's a weird pivot, but I want to bring it up for discussion.
Transitions are our specialty, Kelly.
Totally.
I don't know if you know about that in our show.
I was thinking about the Sesame Street gang for no reason.
As one does.
Right? And I was like I was wondering, like, the difference in ages. Like, it seemed like Oscar the Grouch was like an old man. And Big Bird, and despite his height, was very young.
Big Bird is young. Elmo's like 4 or 7,
right?
Or
like
something.
It seemed like maybe some of those relationships were, I don't know, somewhat inappropriate.
Sure, there was a power dynamic imbalance.
Totally.
Sure. Yeah.
Did Grover have an accent? Right? Is he like...
So is this like, was it additionally insensitive because he was culturally insensitive?
No.
Age inappropriate?
I was thinking about Grover, as one does. Like, is he Swedish? You know what I mean? Like, is he related
accent
to the
or is
chef?
it an impediment?
I don't know.
Is he related to the chef?
Right?
Okay.
Are they trying to show, like, over time people lose their accents like Grover?
So Siri just let me know for no reason whatsoever because I have all
Siri
the
chimed in on the podcast.
I found this on the web for, is he related to the shop? I don't know. And it's incredible. This is why I have such a terrible relationship with Siri, but my relationship with Alexa, I would say flourishing, not going to lie.
Okay. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, so the Alexa View still in the household, has not been chucked out the window.
No.
It's still part of your daily
she's
your
always
day-to-day.
going to be a part of my world. Siri, on the other hand, won't go away. I didn't even ask her anything. And here she is just
chiming in.
Right.
Siri wants to be on every podcast. That's really their goal, is they want to be part of every podcast, if at all possible.
So anyway, about Grover. Sorry. Pardon the digression.
Yeah, because
I feel like he had some kind of
the show's
accent.
so focused otherwise.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to lose sight of the big picture.
From our clinical precision in terms of topic maintenance here.
I think we made it 18 minutes without going off the rails. So yeah.
I'd never considered it, but you're right. Grover had something going on vocally that is not identifiable. We should run that through an AI. Maybe ChatGPT can help us figure out what ethnicity Grover is.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you just said. letter, something, question mark, letter. Period.
Kelly and I roll in different circles, and that's fine.
Really do.
We talk a lot about the AI that's taking over everyone's jobs these days. As marketers, particularly writers in marketing, we're like, are we going to be redundant soon? Like, are we going to
get into a fight with someone at the Times, at the New York Times, right?
Yes. So there's been a lot of bots getting in fights with people. I saw that there was one bot that said it wanted to be real. Kelly gets in fights with people at the New York Times all the time. Yeah. So bots really are becoming more like us. Yeah, there's a lot of talk about AI doing things it should or shouldn't, and taking gerbs and that kind of thing. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if they can help us with the Grover conundrum. That's the title of the episode, by the way. But I don't know. Where's Grover from? Anybody out there? Don't look it up using Siri or the Google. Do you happen to know where Grover originates from? What's his ethnicity?
I mean, I thought Sesame Street, but maybe. I don't know. Well, it's kind of like people in New York have different accents. Like people in the Bronx sound different from people in Queens and Manhattan, etc. Even people in Jersey sound really different.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Maybe it's that kind of thing. I don't know.
Maybe it's that kind of thing. It's just interesting that they have Grover and they have Big Bird and they have Snuffleupagus. They all have voices. But then you have like the Swedish Chef. Now, granted, we're talking Sesame Street and Muppets. There's a little bit of a crossover here. I get it. But like, still, it's the Jim Henson Company. It's all under the same umbrella. And so it's interesting that
Ella. Hey. Hey.
That's 2 Rhianna references. We'll see if we can get to 10 today. So, yeah. Circling back to Rhianna real quick, maybe one of the funniest things, all the promos for her performance at the Super Bowl.
Rhianna
this is the third one. So all the promos had her walking like out of white light into focus, and she had like weird Whoville hair, and she was wearing a big green coat, and somebody put up a meme that said Grinch better have my money. And
that's good.
I feel as though that's top tier. That's top tier work right there. Listen, again, Rhianna has done more for this world than any of us will ever do. And I don't think that she deserves everything that she gets that's positive and nothing that is negative. That's my view. I think that she's fantastic. So,
you know who really got fired up about Rihanna's performance? And this really surprised me. My mother-in-law.
Really?
Oh.
Had a lot to say?
Pissed.
So I've noticed that there is a certain demographic of human beings over a certain age, don't want to be ageist but a will, that really hated that performance as like being vulgar and inappropriate and terrible, just broadly as well. And I don't get it.
Yeah, my mother-in-law, who's 78 years old.
What did she have to say?
She should be ashamed of herself. And then
should she?
So you know, sometimes like when people post things on social media, if you're friends with that person, you could see what they posted.
Yes.
So Michelle sent a screenshot of me, and it was like a Times article about Rihanna's performance. And Michelle's mom's first response was, yuck. Like, all right, leave it at that. 2 days later, she went back.
Oh, she chimed back in. She's had some time to think about it.
But let me see if I can get the actual quote. And I think there's a really, really good chance that she doesn't listen to this show.
That's probably true.
I'm pretty sure.
I think honestly, if you don't like Rihanna and like don't listen to Rihanna's music, like you weren't going to enjoy that performance. It was Rihanna.
Right.
But then, like, there was a lot of talk about, like, she grabs her crotch at one point. Like, are we still talking about this? Like,
didn't Michael Jackson do that? And it was
how long ago was Michael Jackson in the prime of his career that we were talking about? Like, get over it. Like, what? Like, not only that, but like, she was fully clothed. We didn't have any of that nonsense. She was wearing armor for protection.
Yep.
I thought that was very smart. That's sending a good message to the kids. Take care of yourself, protect yourself. Like,
keep dancing.
Keep dancing. Absolutely. Live your life. But, be careful about it. She was fully harnessed in to all of the floating platforms.
That gave me a little bit of anxiety.
I mean, same. Just not like pregnant woman or not. I'm not excited about that at all. That's terrifying. People were upset that she had a backing track. Have you heard music in the last 20 years?
Right.
Seen a live performance ever? Like, of course she had a backing track. It's the Super Bowl. Artists aren't even allowed to play their instruments at the Super Bowl. And the fact that she could sing at all, like, I don't know.
Like, she was singing back up to her own vocals, which I'm totally okay with.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to the Super Bowl and like, I cannot believe they're not singing live.
And she wasn't trying to hide it. It's not like she was like holding her hand over her mouth and not to shade Michael Jackson. I love Michael Jackson. Everybody knows this. But like, he used to like really lip sync and he would like cover his mouth because he was bad at it.
Right.
And so you could tell that he wasn't singing. She was not trying to hide the fact that she had a backing track, a vocal track, but then she was also singing. And if she's not, who gives a shit? Who
cares?
Like, honestly, it was a great performance.
Here's an idea.
Anyway.
Change the goddamn channel if you're that bent out of shape over it.
Break out of the shackles and the locked room that you clearly are in and someone is forcing you to watch the halftime show and just move on with your life. My goodness.
So my mother-in-law's response was the second response. This was Thursday
following
evening.
The yuck. Yeah.
Terrible show. She should be ashamed of herself. For what? Okay, and here's the thing.
Was she looking for more? That's maybe... I want a clarifying question there. She looking for more?
No, I don't think so. Because, I don't think so.
Does she need a meat dress? Does she need, like what is she looking for here?
And I thought halfway through the performance, I wonder what's going to happen. And then quickly realized, you know what? Nothing's going to happen.
This is it.
And that's
She's just
great.
Putting on a little concert.
So the surprise was no surprise, which is... a big surprise.
A surprise. I love that she said she had a very special guest. And she was not wrong. Mm-hmm. She had a very special guest. And it was her child.
Yeah. I mean, if we can survive as a society, if we can survive Ashley Simpson's lip sync nightmare on Saturday Night Live.
The hoedown scene around the world. Yeah. If we can get past that, then we can get past anything. I think that includes Rhianna just putting on a concert.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. People are never pleased with anything. And so...
I enjoyed it. You know what I say? Let's bring her back next year. Let's piss everybody off.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Right?
Wouldn't it? That would be fantastic. Just Rihanna running it back next year at the Super Bowl. Oh,
why not?
So good. So good.
Or have her do the national anthem, too.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. I love that even more. Yeah. Just bring her back for some element. We'll get her in the booth the following year. She'll play tight end the year after that.
Yeah, no, that'll work. And then by then, her first child will probably be eligible for the draft.
Yep.
Right?
Ball person who then gets drafted the following year. I love it. Rhianna and her family at the Super Bowl going forward.
The Rhianna Bowl. You're welcome, Rhianna. It's like... my back starts carrying
touchdown. Yeah.
You know? Jesus Christ.
Oh my gosh. I love it.
Here's something that I find really annoying. Again, transition.
It sounds like it should just be an actual segment of the show. Here's something that Kelly finds annoying.
Yeah. I mean, I think
it's unofficially so.
Right.
So yeah. Go ahead.
I've been noticing lately, there've been a lot of people who've been going through a lot of stuff, and I try and be a supportive friend. You know what annoys me though?
Tell me.
All right, when people
tell us,
and I don't think I do this. I think I might have done it when I was like maybe in my 20s. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm sending so much healing energy your way. No, you're not. Right? I'm sending so
the healing energy.
Okay, so wait, how are you harnessing that and then shooting it my way?
Mayo Clinic, have you tried healing energy? If you look up any ailment you may have, how to treat chickenpox. Have you tried healing energy?
And like a flow chart. It's like a yes and a no.
Yes, no. Ask someone for healing energy. Yes, ask more people for healing energy. Yeah.
It annoys the shit out of me, and I don't know why. Because that's basically, you're just dialing it in.
Yeah. Oh, you're totally phoning it in. Yeah. I will do nothing, in fact, to actually help you. I will send you a platitude in the form of healing energy. I find myself just like, what I want people to say and what I try to say to people is like, that sucks.
Yeah.
Like empathy. I'm more into empathy.
Yep.
It's like, that sucks. I'm sorry. Like, there's nothing I can do because I'm not there to help.
Yep.
And even if I were, let's be honest, probably wouldn't come over. But I do feel bad that you are sick.
Right. And here's the thing. If you need something, please let me know.
Yeah, let me know.
Right?
And I will in the moment determine whether or not I can help with that. And chances are good if you're asking me specifically, it's probably only something I can help with, so I'll probably do it.
Right.
But otherwise, get better soon.
Yeah. I remember when you and Hannah and basically like your whole household had COVID. Do you remember this?
Yes. The furniture at a certain point got COVID. Like everything was ill in our home.
And you were like OG COVID.
Yes. As we've discussed, we were like case number 3 COVID in the country. Yes. Yep.
And I didn't send any healing energy your way because that's not going to do a goddamn thing. You know what I did? I did what a normal person would do. went to the pharmacy, filled up a plastic bag with stuff, slowed down by your house, and threw it at your yard.
Chucked it in our general direction and peaced out.
Yep, beat
to
the
get
horn.
The hell away from us.
Adios. Mm-hmm.
And it was so incredibly appreciated.
Do you think it would have been easier if I had sent some healing energy your way?
So I shared this with somebody at work the other day, and it is one of my very favorite sketches. I can't remember if I've ever shared it on this show. And if I have, I don't care. If you don't know who Tim Minchin is, look him up. Tim Minchin is fantastic. He is a comedian. He's a songwriter. He is a Broadway lyricist. He
Triple
is
threat.
Australian, and he wrote a song. Well, it's basically a 9-minute beat poem, and it's called Storm. And it's about the kind of person who might send you healing energy, first of all. But there's one moment where she is really proclaiming the value of alternative medicine. And now I'm not saying alternative medicine has no value. I think that there are many things that it can help with. Healing, not necessarily one of them, but it can help in some instances. However, he states something along the lines of... He's been putting up with her talking about this for a while. He can't anymore. He says something like, alternative medicine has either not been proved to work or been proved not to work. And do you know what they call medicine that's not alternative medicine that's been proved to work? Medicine. And that's what you need when you're sick is medicine. And so unless you're going to send someone healing energy in the form of Vicks Vapor Rub or some Mucinex or some Tussin, just keep it to yourself. Keep your healing energy to yourself.
Or here, even if there's like a type of cough medicine. All right, now I have our next $1 million idea, Darek.
Are you going to name a cough medicine healing energy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course I am.
Sending you some healing energy. Reply, great, when will it be here? Did you put express shipping on that? Because I need it today.
And it won't be like it'll be healing, like the normal spelling, but it'll be an N and an R and a G. So it looks more scientific. Energy.
Healing NRG, like the power company.
And you'd have to pronounce it NRG. I'm sending you some healing NRG.
Due to copyright and legal reasons, it has to be healing NRG.
Yep.
Yes.
I have a supervisor that used to basically say that a lot. Like if somebody was out sick or...
Gosh.
I'm
sending you healing
energy.
energy.
She was also the same idiot who would write emails and then in an effort to sound less harsh... she would put LOL at the end.
I know those people. LOL.
Right? It's just like, why are you... Wait,
it's
are
the
you
all due
laughing
respect
out
email.
loud? Like, I don't... See, I'm all for, ooh, this text can come across as me being a little bit of a monster. I'll put an emoji there, like a smiley face.
Winky face.
Something.
LOL is definitely the all due respect of emails, where you just say all due respect and then you just cut someone down violently. It's like, you can't just say all due respect. Like Talladega Nights.
It was weird. Gosh. I'm trying to think of one that she sent. Let me think. It was something.
LOL.
Yeah, it was something, I have a meeting in, whatever town, USA. So,
can you do all my work for me?
Right. Let's meet for supervision at 2. See you then, LOL. I'm like, what? What does that mean? And then it was followed up.
Can you imagine she's just typing? She's just typing and she's like, right. She's typing the email? Is that what we're supposed to interpret that as?
And then she'd follow up with like an email to me and a coworker. Like, here's 36 things you have to do, 35 of which are completely out of your control. LOL.
LOL.
I don't get it.
I mean, in that case, maybe she like maniacal laughter. There's not a simple keystroke for maniacal laughter. So maybe that's what she's trying to interpret.
I was really distracted by that, and I was also really distracted by another one of my coworkers who was like kind of her like buddy.
Okay.
Like they shared an office, and my eyes just rolled in the back of my head, and they're stuck there. Kind of a know-it-all.
Okay, love those people.
But when push came to shove, like, oh nope, it's not my job. Nope.
Oh,
it's not within my scope.
I know it all except how to do anything.
But the worst thing was she had a second row of bottom teeth.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, you try working with
Shark
that.
person? No, I don't work with shark people.
Well,
No.
not anymore.
No. Wow.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
That's disturbing.
It was really rough. Like, I could not comprehend, I'd say 95% of what she said. Because I was just waiting for the opportunity
supervillain
where...
on the side?
Not on the side, no.
The masticator?
Yeah, she was... Yeah. They're both just not really nice people.
Listen, we make no bones about it. Like Rhianna singing over a backing track, we're not trying to hide the fact that we are not good people.
No.
And I think that, it's about owning who you are.
Yep.
It's about living your truth.
Yep.
It's about not sending healing energy to people.
Yeah, LOL.
Someday we should write a piece of legislation called Thoughts and Prayers.
What do you mean
in
someday?
The same vein.
What do you mean someday? What do you think I've been working on?
Let me introduce you to my thesis.
Yep.
It's called Thoughts and Prayers, and it's actual legislation to fix things.
I want to pivot to my favorite singer-songwriter.
Okay.
Tim Chang.
Oh, gosh, yes. Oh, Tim. We know you've been missing Tim. We've been missing him as well. Mm-hmm. You've heard his new intro and outro music. You'll hear the outro again soon. We missed him so desperately. Tim has been sending us bangers on the back end, on the Facebook, the Bitter Coffee Boardroom. Yes, bangers on the back end. Look for my new hip-hop album.
Mm-hmm. BORED, just because we're that hilarious.
Yes, the Bitter Coffee Boardroom is what it's called.
Look at us. We have fun with spelling things.
Our Facebook chat. And yeah, Tim has been keeping us updated about him, about those he associates with, including our man Ron.
Okay, I want to talk about that right now.
Okay, let's go.
Tim Chang risked his life.
Risked his life in the future services to his vehicle.
Yeah.
At minimum.
For a 14-second clip of Ron.
Actual Ron, not just impression Ron.
No, actual Ron.
IRL Ron.
And the clip starts when you could tell Tim's really trying to get Ron riled up. That's crazy, isn't it? And then you hear Ron just kind of go off. Now, was it a car? Like, why was Ron upset? Because I listened to the clip, I'd say, I don't know, 200, 300 times. I don't know. I don't know what Ron was really upset about, but it was like another customer's car. Is that correct?
Yeah, it sounded like it wasn't even Tim's deal. It was something else that Ron was dealing with in his day-to-day.
Right.
And Tim just happened to capture it while he was there to pick up his vehicle, I think. Yeah.
You know what? Not all heroes wear capes.
That's so true.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you want to play it? Can you try and find it?
Let's see if we can go ahead and play that.
That thing out of here.
That thing's jacked up, huh?
Yeah.
I appreciate you taking a look at it.
This one?
Yeah, that one.
All right, get it out of here.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
So was that the day that all Ron could say was, get it out of here?
Get it out of here. I think that's all Ron says most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it sounds like Tim's picking up his car, and he's like, which one is yours? And Tim's like, that one. He's like, get it out of here.
Get it out of here.
Get it out of here.
Not
yeah,
like
Tim
it's
sent
fixed.
No.
Or
just get it out of here.
Here you go.
Yeah, Tim sent us a thing that he had, again, brought his car to Ron, and Ron had replied to seeing his car as saying, hey, Tim, Ron's Automotive. Hey, listen, you got a real mess back here. You're looking at a lot of money to fix this thing up. It's old car, so I would just leave it alone and figure out something else, because it's a mess, all right?
I don't want to get all that. It's amazing. So thanks to Tim for that.
And then Tim, at 10 a.m., and to be clear, we are recording this at 10 a.m. on a Sunday.
Yeah, we are.
did not tell Tim that we were recording a podcast at 10 a.m. today. At exactly 10 a.m., Tim, I'm telling you this for the first time. You sent Kelly and I a message that says, also for the record, my man Ron is wise. I brought my car to somewhere else because Ron wasn't having any of it. And it took 2 days to fix it and explained to me that it was a total nightmare. And he just had to bring it back because it's also still fucked. And so Ron took one look at it and went, nah. And Tim says, listen, I respect it. Again, own your truth. Be who you are. Hard pass. Ron is at max capacity with Tim's car, and he is over it. But that was like exactly at 10 a.m., as though Tim knew.
I saw the message come in. I thought he was letting us know that he was going to be joining us today.
Oh, no. I wish that were the case. I wish that were the case. That will happen at some point. We will get Tim dialed in. Well, listen, we say a lot of things.
I know.
We said that this podcast sounds good. Does it? Who could say?
We don't know.
We don't know. We won't know until after the fact.
Yep.
And we're going to put it up. Even if it sounds like shit.
Yeah, and here's the thing.
If
if you don't want to listen to a podcast that doesn't sound great, there's really nothing I can do to help you.
Exactly.
There's not.
Exactly.
But you know what? Here's
like
the thing.
The Rihanna halftime show, just turn it off.
You've made it this far. You've made it 40 minutes in, and I guess you're still with us. Maybe if you want to drop out now, maybe now's your time.
If you can't commit to a shit podcast for an hour or so, what can you commit to?
Right. Seriously, why are we even friends?
Something I wanted to share with you, Kelly, and I'm sure that you've probably seen this online already, but you may not be aware that you now podcast with, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but a bit of an Oatfluencer out there in the internet world.
Oh, boy, you are absolutely right.
So since we last spoke, I have been... I'm now a part of a community, and Lord knows it is a community, I discovered after I got involved in it. I got targeted with an Instagram ad, because that's how you buy things these days. You get targeted with an Instagram ad and you purchase it. A product called Oats Overnight. You might be thinking to yourself, well, I've heard of overnight oats. Nay. This is Oats Overnight, which is a company that makes a product to provide you an easy way to make overnight oats. And I know what you might be saying, Derek, they're already easy.
Okay.
And you're right, but not easy enough for my lazy ass. And so in what can only be described as a go-gurt, Oats Overnight has made it so that you just dump everything into milk and you put it in the fridge. And then in the morning, you have a lovely, somewhat gelatinous, though drinkable, overnight oats item of whatever flavor you want. And these people have like 40 flavors. It's bonkers. There's no need for this many flavors, but that's part of why I got involved in it, because I'm obsessive about like, maybe I'll like this one better. Maybe I'll like this one better. It's fantastic. And unbeknownst to me when I signed up, they have a referral program. And because I am a psychopath...
It's like a pyramid scam to me. I feel something going on. I don't know how comfortable I am.
So it's not that, because you get $5 worth of credit anytime someone places an order with your referral code. I so far have 2 people. I don't know if either of these people listen to the podcast, but it's fine if they do, because I'm happy for them and I hope they enjoy their oats. And as far as I know, they do. But I have 2 people now who have subscription plans with my referral code. So now I get $10 every time they order, both of them. And now I post things about my Oats Overnight experience. I have a blog in which I'm reviewing all of the Oats Overnight's flavors for people to review. I'm part of the VIP Facebook group that is the Oats Overnight community.
Wow.
Let me tell you, these people are passionate about their oats.
Well, you are. Look at you.
I mean...
This is wonderful.
Listen, I have not been able to eat a reliable breakfast since I was like 12. And the fact that every morning when I get up to go to work, I grab this it's a half-size shaker bottle out of the fridge and just get in my car and I'm having breakfast on my way to work. That's kind of a revelation for me. Like, that's a big deal, because I am so hungry, or I had been so hungry by like 10 a.m.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Now I'm full of oats. And so, it's quite a thing. I feel very proud of myself for having done it, for having actually eating breakfast. The whole, reviewing the oats flavors is kind of ridiculous, but at the same time, I felt like you could respect it, given your love of cereal. I felt like this would be something that you could understand and get behind. But
are you going to make me buy something now? I don't want to buy anything.
No. Is this where the pitch happened?
Right.
And then I got to stop doing the show.
The wind up.
Shut up about it. No. That's it. That's the whole thing. I'm pretty proud of myself.
You
one of my colleagues
I've been liking your...
I've noticed.
Oat pics. But I wasn't,
don't know.
I had no
how I
idea
feel
that it was
about
this
that.
involved. I thought to myself, oh, look at that. Derek's got like a breakfast thing going on. Good for him.
Yeah.
Because he's not a breakfast guy.
Nope.
But now,
Sure not.
now look
See,
at you.
You understand.
Look at you.
Yeah. Look at me out here oatfluencing.
No wonder
yes.
the show sounds so much better. Now it all makes sense.
That fucking oat money. That's what it is. The oat money coming through.
Bitch better have my oat money.
Don't act like you forgot breakfast. Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's
Is that 5?
exciting.
Is that 5 Rhianna references? Yeah, and so the reason I've been posting is, and it's really it's Virginia's fault. Virginia is the wife of a former coworker of mine who's also a friend, and she saw one of my posts and said, "Hey, I ordered these because I saw the post you made about like the first post I made about them on Instagram," and I was like, "Well,
Goddamn right
that
you did,
means-
Virginia.
that means I'm gonna have to go ahead and keep making posts because my whole goal is to pay for my subscription with referral,
So
that
you
I
can
don't pay
retire
for
off
anything.
this
Yes,
oat money,
again,
right?
much. I mean, I assume so. As long as I can, it's all oat credits. So if I can somehow parlay those credits into mortgage payments,
Right. And
in theory,
here's
I
the
could
thing, though.
retire.
The oat market has always been so unpredictable. Right? Especially now.
so true.
It's crazy, like-
what with supply chain?
You look at the
being what
Standard
it is.
& Poor's, you look at Dow Jones, you look at the NASDAQ, you look at the oats.
It's pork bellies and oats. That's
It's
really
crazy.
where the money is.
You know? I mean, my
yeah.
401k, I've always been really aggressive with my investments. I'd say I'm
Right.
like, I don't know, 75% oats.
I mean, pre-COVID, I was primarily barley. But now,
yeah,
in a
absolutely.
post-COVID world, I feel like oats is really where you need to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think the wheat market, I mean, it had its run in the 80s, right? And then there's, conservatively, yeah, I invest in corn. I'm not going to lie.
If you're looking for low risk, I mean, rice is always there.
Always.
But my point is that
Always.
the oat market is truly on the up.
Yeah.
And it's a bear market, bull market. I don't know how markets
It's
work.
clearly, it's an oat market based on what you've shared with us.
Market.
So,
Yes, so I am. You work now with an Oatfluencer, and that's a term that my colleague came up with because I said, I like an idiot. I was like, I'm trying to turn myself into a bit of an oat influencer, and she was like an Oatfluencer, and I
you're like,
felt
yeah.
ashamed. I felt ashamed of myself, not for the title, for not having thought of it. I
Yeah.
was really disappointed in myself. So yeah. I'm out here. If you're looking for a breakfast out there, folks, listeners to Bitter Coffee, hit me up. I got a referral code for you.
and I think
15% off your first order.
This has happened in 2 weeks since our last recording. The fact that you
Yeah,
still
2-3 weeks.
you're still really humble. I respect that. I appreciate that. That's why we're
When
friends.
you shoot to the top, I mean,
Yeah.
like, you can only hide it so much. Again, you got to own your truth, you know?
no,
you got to
know
own
what
your
you have
truth.
to do?
My
you
truth
have to
is
oat
oats.
your truth is
Yeah,
what
to
you
oat
have
your
to
truth.
do.
Hashtag oat your truth. 100%.
And somebody just stole
Another
that
one I
from us,
missed.
probably. Probably. Here's a funny story about a neighbor,
Oh, these are my favorite stories.
not an oatfluencer by any means.
that you know of.
All right.
That you know
So
of.
I'm going to give you a little bit of neighborhood hot goss.
Ooh, I'm excited. Spill the tea.
So there's a woman who lives across the street from us. Mm-hmm. And she's a little bit bossy.
Okay, she's bossy. Okay.
She's equal parts nosy and bossy. So I steer clear. Right? So during that last round of storms where you lost power and then you got yourself a Ginny.
Yeah, you were all flooded. Yep. Mm-hmm.
The neighbor reached out to me, and I don't really remember her reaching out previously, but she texted me and said she wanted to follow up on the conversation about buying a generator. And if...
The conversation. Do you recall said conversation?
No, I don't. And she said, when you're ready to buy one, let me know.
Oh, when?
Because I will refer you, and then I get a Visa gift card.
So she She's a genfluencer.
She's a genfluencer. Or she's striving to be a genfluencer.
Yes, she's an aspiring genfluencer.
But then she said, the people who live next door to her, who are directly across the street from me,
yeah,
they use the same company when they got their generator.
I see.
So I'm going to say that they recommended me.
Got it. I was going to say, so she has success stories. She has customer success stories that she's trying to direct you to?
I don't know. But
this is really high-quality marketing on her part.
I don't trust her for a host of reasons. I mean, who can really trust a genfluencer these days? You know what I mean? It's not like it used to be.
Exactly. It's not like they're into oats. With those people are solid.
She's really good friends with the guy from whom we bought this house, and they meet for lunch on a regular basis. So by default, I don't trust her.
Yeah, no.
They're both a bit of like blabbermouths from what I hear.
Yeah, they're yep. Yep. She's just trying to build that same relationship with you guys.
Yeah.
I don't know. That feels
I mean, everybody else on the street is amazing. I wave to this person, but I won't engage in conversation.
When you're ready to buy a generator that we spoke about but didn't.
We did.
Make sure you let me know, because I need my Visa gift card.
Right. Bitch better have my generator money.
Act like you forgot. Backup power.
Now I forget where I was going with this. God damn it.
Well, yeah, I think you were just headed down the path that like this person is trying to.
No, it was
neighbor story.
This was a build up to a bigger story, and now I don't remember what it was. I don't know.
Don't act like you forgot, Kelly. Although it seems like it's not an act.
But I will say, I mean, she's a nice person. I just keep her at a very safe distance.
Yeah.
But my other neighbors, like, I adore them. You know what?
So
you know what
awesome.
a neighbor
I'm
said to me recently?
Psyched for you.
You complete our neighborhood.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I know. And then I saw her the other day.
I'm so happy you found that
I haven't
place,
seen
Kelly.
you lately. Where have you been? Are we still best friends? I'm like, yeah, we are.
Bestie? Mm-hmm. 100%.
Right.
100% bestie.
And then she said, sometimes, because I work from home 100% now, she said, sometimes I wave up to your house when I know that you're working in your office, but I don't know if you see me.
Oh.
And I said, I don't see you. She said, I'm just going to keep waving.
Oh, that's adorable.
And I wanted to say, I'm going to keep on not seeing you, but then that felt weird. So I was like, okay.
She's sending you waving energy, what she's doing. Which
I'm
is fine.
waving good energy across the street to you.
That's amazing.
LOL.
We have good neighbors, too. It's really a luxury. It's really a luxury to have good neighbors.
Right.
Our neighbors' kids play in our yard.
Oh.
Here's the thing. So our neighbors' kids wait for the bus. We're at the end of the road, and one of our neighbors lives up the road.
Like
and
figuratively or literally or where?
No, not in a boys to men way. Like in a literal physical way.
All right.
We are at the end of the road, of our road. And so when the kids are waiting for the bus, they're at the end of the road. They're usually there for like 10 minutes waiting for the bus, and they play in our yard because our yard is adjacent to the road there. I assume that they've done that their whole lives because the people who lived here before us, I'm sure, had no problem with it. But there's never been like any kind of, is it cool if the kids play in your yard?
Oh.
And no, granted, it is cool. It's very cool. They built snowmen in our yard right there, which I think is adorable.
Saves you the trouble, right?
Saves us the trouble. Gwen just gets to play with a snowman. She doesn't have to build it. Like, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, totally.
They love the dogs. They're like huge fans of the dogs. Anytime they go out in the morning, they'll come over and like say good morning to them and everything.
What up, dog?
What up, dog? But they just play in our yard and like build snow, like do snow angels and stuff in the yard. And so I'll just come out to go to work, and there's just like clearly a long play session of snow playing has happened in my yard, and I had nothing to do with it, nor did my family. But like in any other circumstance, that would probably drive me insane. But because they're so nice and like it feels like such a community, I'm just like, yes, the neighbors' kids play in our yard. That's awesome. And I don't know if it's an age thing. I don't know if it's just like, this is my house and I don't use that area of the yard, so they might as well. But I feel good about it. And that surprises me. It surprises me every time when I'm not like, get those damn kids off my yard. Like, I like it. I think it's great. And so it's nice to have neighbors. They're going to do something stupid.
Yeah, you hang in there.
I'm going to wish I had said something.
Our neighbors in Winooski had children who, and they were cute kids. But But
you could not see the absolute next level eye roll that Kelly just laid on me in the chat, in the Zoom here.
So when we would have our driveway plowed, there'd be, you lived in the building. There'd be like these 2 mountains of snow on either side of the driveway.
Mountains. Yeah.
So they would slide down those big snow mountains into our driveway. Until I said to Michelle one day, she's like, "Oh, isn't that adorable?" I said, "Yeah, until they crack their fucking heads, man."
Till we're getting sued.
Yeah.
Yeah, until our insurance rates are skyrocketing.
An 8-year-old owns our building. Yeah, it's adorable. What a winter goddamn wonderland this is.
I've always wanted to have an adolescent landlord. My whole life I'm looking forward to that. Sounds great.
Yeah. So then she had to go outside and like tell them. I mean, I just, as I usually did, I just, judged people from the garage looking out the window. You know what
Crossed arms, shaking heads.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's typical.
Goddamn kids.
That figures. Yeah. So
that figures.
I would give it time.
Okay,
I think there's going to be like a snow angel that prompts some kind of, I don't know, outcry from the community.
They're going to build something inappropriate on my yard, and I'm going to get in trouble for it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a whole thing. It's like a city council meeting.
Yep. Yep. Oh, yes, Mr. Finn, we remember you. You're the gentleman who has the penis snowman in your yard. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. You don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be penis snowman guy. Trust me. Trust me on this one. You don't.
Maybe that's the episode title. We're at 56 minutes.
Yeah.
Anything else you wanted to chat about?
Let's
or
wrap
should
it
we
up.
wrap this sumbitch up?
Yeah.
All right, great. Well, it's been wonderful to have you here again. It's been wonderful to talk to you.
Likewise.
Thank you, Kelly, for being flexible around schedules. I would say at least once a month, Kelly and I schedule a recording session, and then inevitably one of us in the morning of that recording session is like, not going to happen.
Yeah, but don't you
Not
think
gonna
we
happen
build that
today.
into our recording schedule?
We do.
At
I
this
think we
point,
do.
It's
Yeah.
No, we're shooting
part
for
of
2
how it
weeks.
works.
We're going to hop to the 3rd week, and everything's going to be great. Because here's
We're
the
all just
thing:
gonna move on
on
with our
weeks where
lives.
I need to cancel or reschedule, I feel like I need to compensate by like coming up with more stuff to talk about, but like never
Yeah,
really happens.
that's true.
It never really happens. I have a list on my phone I've been looking at for the past 45 minutes. We got to maybe one of those things because here's the thing: I don't remember what it means now.
Right. Yeah. You wrote yourself shorthand 2 weeks
no
ago,
idea.
and you're like, no clue what that is anymore.
I
Yeah,
did write
do that
healing
same thing.
energy in quotes, so I knew what that one was.
That's good.
But
I don't even look at my phone anymore in
the
the little notes. The notes that I have for my episodes, I don't even look at them anymore because I'm like, I know I'm not going to know what this means, so I'm not going to bother.
I mean, as an Oatfluencer, you have to be able to just do these shows on the fly.
If you're interested in a PA position, I have an opening looking to really build my Oatfluencing business. We're going to have our own Cadillacs soon. They won't be pink, but we'll pick a color, maybe beige for oats.
Did you know that
great.
pink Cadillacs are a term, a euphemism, a term, not a euphemism,
No.
for vaginas?
I did not know that.
Yeah. I would not recommend Googling it.
Pink Cadillac.
Yeah. It means vaginas. Like little red Corvette, vaginas.
Okay, well, that one I knew.
Yeah. So
That one I knew
pink
about.
Cadillacs
Pink
are also
Cadillac.
vaginas. Basically, I guess
Interesting.
like any car could be,
Of like a
vagina.
skin-toned color. Yeah.
except for Midnight Blue by Foreigner. I don't think that's vagina based.
That's not
I think he's genuinely singing about a car.
This ties directly into the Ford the Ford anus conversation we had.
Have you been looking for Fords on the road?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, I
Have you been finding some anal cars, as they say? Is that what they say? Fuck, I hope you don't say that. God.
I'm still not over anal fiesta. I'm not.
I mean,
I won't be.
Few of us are. I don't think anybody really
All right.
bounces back from that. Do you want to thank some people?
Let's do it.
All right. Thank you to Tim and Tanya at Green Mountain Foster Bikes, giving rebuilt and donated bikes to foster kids in Vermont. Also the home of Little City Cycles, a place to find your new friend in a magic bike. They are located at 62 Meigs Road in Virginies.
That's right.
Give them a call at 802-877-3000. Big shout out. I've been liking a lot of their stuff lately. They've been busy as all get out. Doggy Styles Pet Salon, located at 925 Roosevelt Highway, Colchester. Text or call them at 802-654-7387. And
work on the socials there.
I want to thank Tim's Automotive. Ron's Automotive. I have Tim's
Ron's
Automotive.
Automotive. It's Tim's in spirit.
It's Tim's now.
Tim's Automotive in spirit.
Can we call it Ron's without Ron's permission? It's fine. Thanks to Tim and Ron's Automotive. Tim and Ron are now in business together.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
I mean,
much.
Tim's always been a bit of a tinkerer when it comes to the cars. It's true. He's living his truth. We all can't be the Oatfluencers that you are. So, thanks to Ron's Automotive, who has been not wanting to get into all that since 1991. Located in exotic Roslingdale, MA. Give him a call on the phone he wears clipped to his T-shirt at 617-323-9725. Sadly, there is no outgoing voicemail, and I'm not going to tell you how often I call just to see maybe it'll be on this time. But there's not.
Maybe he's got it set up this time. Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah. I think now that Tim and Ron are in business together, maybe they'll
maybe Tim will help him with that. Get him a little more technologically enabled, perhaps.
Bet. And huge thanks to Tim Chang for our intro and outro music. That is still yet untitled, right? No title yet?
I believe so.
Okay.
It's just the intro, outro music. Tim, let us know if you have a title for it. If not, it's just going to be the Bitter Coffee theme, because that's what it is, and that's what it shall be henceforth. So
that's what it is.
Let us know, Tim.
And thank you, my favorite Oatfluencer.
Thank you, Kelly. I appreciate it, though I sense a bit of a tone in your thanks. And the way that you say Oatfluencer,
I have
it's not prestigious, because it is.
No, it is. It is. I'm really lucky to be your friend. Thank you.
And I legitimately feel the same way, Kelly. Thanks for chatting with me today. I appreciate it.
Thanks, everybody. And we will talk to you. We're going to say 2 weeks. We're going to put that, we'll pencil that in.
Throw an ish on the end there. We'll get around to it.